Hey guys, Justin Bryant here from selfmadesuccess.com. In this video, I'm going to show you 14 ways to cut costs and save money in your small business. So if you want to run your business more efficiently, if you want to stay afloat, if you want to ensure that you're going to be around for decades to come, you need to run your business as efficiently and as low cost as possible by not wasting any space, wasting any money on anything. So you still need to get your business, but there are more efficient ways to do it than you might be doing right now. So the first way I would recommend you do is you need to focus on organic marketing instead of paid ads. So there's all types of ways to market your business, but you're typically going to pay a lot of money and you're going to lose track of your ad budget if you go into paid advertising. Now this can be online paid advertising, this can be radio ads, this can be TV ads. It's all very expensive. Now you can save money by doing paid advertising on the internet with more targeting options and the analytics to go with it, so it's easier to tell how your campaign is doing, but it still could cost you a lot of money even if you're doing your ads on Facebook and Google. So what I recommend you do is content marketing. And the best way I can help you learn content marketing right now, and just to learn the basics, by leveraging blogging, video marketing, podcasts, social media, and things like that. Lots of free alternatives to advertising using the internet is by showing you this book here called The Advanced Guide to Content Marketing. It's on quicksprout.com and it goes through an entire book's worth of lessons to learn in content marketing, 10 chapters long. It's all online. It's completely free to see this book, and anyone can read it on quicksprout.com. Just search for The Advanced Guide to Content Marketing, and it will help you learn how to market your business and get thousands and thousands of potential customers just from free and very low cost internet strategies. The second thing I would recommend is that you reduce lease space or go completely online. Now a lot of businesses don't even have a physical location anymore. Many people work from home or they have a completely online version of their business. A few ways you can do this, as well as reducing the lease space if you have to have a physical location. One thing you can do is sell your products through Amazon. Amazon is not just a place for Amazon products, it's for all types of third-party sellers to sell all kinds of products. You get approved, you can sell your products, whether they're books, whether they're electronics, whether they're supplements. It doesn't matter. You can buy pretty much anything on Amazon and they will allow you to sell anything as long as you get approved. Amazon is one of the best places to sell whatever it is you're selling, so I would recommend you look at marketplaces like Amazon, maybe even eBay, Craigslist in some cases, Etsy, places like that are online marketplaces can help you go completely online. Another thing you can do is use Shopify. They have a great online e-commerce solution. You can use their software allowing you to create a store and sell through their e-commerce platform. Shopify is a great way if you have more of an e-commerce based business and you don't want to rely on marketplace websites. Another thing you can do is start a WordPress blog or a WordPress website. You can go to selfmadesuccess.com and I have a 3-step process of how to set this up very cheap using Bluehost hosting, and it will allow you to sell things on a website like this one right here or any website. 26% of the entire internet is WordPress now, so a lot of the best websites are WordPress, and they have all kinds of customization and plugins and things like that to help you sell whatever it is you're selling. Another thing you can do is you can just be more efficient with the space you have. So if you have to have a lease space, you can go to openforum.com and check out this this post that gives you all kinds of ideas for maximizing a small office space. So if you want to reduce your lease, get a smaller space, and you need to use it more efficiently, you can do things like using common areas and multi-purpose areas in some of your floor space. Rely less on paper, go paperless even. You can have stand-up meetings instead of actual meeting rooms, which can be pretty useless. Or you can meet at restaurants or other places to have your meetings. You can get rid of clutter, use wall-to-wall flooring. You can forget the big desks and go smaller. A lot of times you don't need all that desk space. You can use more natural light. Check for different types of new designs. A lot of architects and designers, interior designers, are always coming up with new ways to use space more efficiently. Just look at all these tiny houses and stuff people are building now. You can think vertically, so you can store a lot of things vertically. Don't just do things, put something on the floor and then think, oh, that's it, that's all I can do. You can build shelves up to the top of the wall, and you can do all kinds of different things to give yourself more storage. You can do things with your monitors and organize your cables better. Things like that can really help you maximize your space. Number 3, use freelancers instead of full-time employees for certain tasks, or even all of them. So a few places I would recommend that you find freelancers, whether it's for graphic design, whether it's for developing software or apps, whether it's for writing. No matter what it is, Upwork is one of the best freelance sites. They actually bought one of their biggest competitors, Elance, so now they're even bigger. I would recommend going to them for pretty much any professional freelance service. Fiverr is another one. It's going to have a little bit less professional workforce, I guess you would say. These people may not do this for a living. They do it on the side in many cases. A lot of people do make a living on Fiverr now. Fiverr has really come a long way. Used to, they only offered $5, $10, $15 services. Now they go to a few $100s a service. It's all done within their Fiverr website platform, so you don't have to worry about interviewing freelancers and things like that. They have packages, and you just buy a package, and they do it based on that package and instructions. So Fiverr is another great way, especially for cheaper freelancing needs. And of course, there's also other ones out there, but these are the 2 I would definitely recommend. You can also go to, say, 99 Designs for specific graphic design needs like labels, t-shirts, book covers, and things like that. Number 4, avoid paying for software and use the best free tools instead. So you're going to probably have to pay for some software, but you can really cut a lot of costs. A lot of these companies offer you these big all-in-one business softwares that cost you hundreds of dollars per month each. You don't need all that stuff. In fact, you can even get rid of things like Microsoft Office and things like that for an alternative like, say, Google Drive. Google Drive is free. All you have to do is create a Gmail account, and you get 15 gigabytes of free storage. Plus you get Google Docs, which is basically the equivalent of Microsoft Word. You get Google Sheets, which is basically the equivalent of Excel spreadsheets. You get Google Drawings. You get Google Slides, which is basically the equivalent of PowerPoint. They have all these different types of business solutions that you can use, all for free, with free storage, just for having a Gmail account, which is a free Google email account. So I mean, you can do all kinds of stuff with this, and if you get good with it, you can create your own automation and things like that just using Google Drive and spreadsheets and things like that. So it's a really great way to keep organized. and back up your files and things like that. Another thing you can do is you can get the Hootsuite free software version. They have a paid version as well, but it's also pretty low cost. But it'll allow you to automate your social media, whether you're keeping up with messages, whether you're keeping up with mentions, things like that on social media. If you do a lot of social media marketing, you can post updates about your business and all that stuff automatically on a set schedule. There's also a great competitor to Hootsuite called Buffer. I've actually compared them in another video called Buffer versus Hootsuite. You can check that out if you're interested in automating your social media for free, things like that. So there's a lot of great free tools out there that you can use. Another list of some tools you could use, maybe for more advanced purposes, you can go to 10 free tools your small business should be using today. It's a great article. Just search for this in Google and it'll come up on this website, and you can check out its things like Avast, Reich, Join.me, Zoho Recruit. So I mean, they have all kinds of management, recruiting, human relations, accounting, and all kinds of different software you can get for free or for very low cost. And that's just a list of 10 great tools for any small business to make use of. Number 5, you can commission your sales force. So obviously, two things that are the biggest expenses in many cases for small businesses are, the lease space and the employees. Of course, if you're into physical products and things like that, of course you're going to have to pay a lot for inventory and things like that as well. But if you can reduce the cost of your employees by paying them via commission, which means, of course, they only get paid the majority of their salary when they get results. This is what a lot of car dealerships do, for instance. They pay a commission for each car sale that these employees get, and sometimes they pay them a base salary, sometimes they don't. They keep the ones that get the most commissions, and those people get paid more because of their ability to sell. Plus, it makes the company more. So everybody wins with commissions. The only thing is, many employees want more, job security, things like that, more predictability of their income. So some people might not be attracted to a job offer with commission, but a lot of other ones look for it because they know they can make more money that way. So you might consider doing that. One way to keep track of commissions and productivity of employees, you can use the Salesforce solutions. They have all kinds of software that you can use, and they have other apps that other people have created using Salesforce that allow you to keep track of a commission sales staff. Also, you can use, say, Google Sheets as well and things like that. Number 6, you can make usage more efficient. Like, you can go paperless, get rid of those big printers and buying loads of paper all the time. You can convert to energy efficient lighting and appliances, use more natural light, do all types of things just to make your office, whether it's a home office or a lease space, more efficient. A few ideas for how to do this. You can go to WikiHow, you can go to all kinds of websites that talk about this, but you can upgrade your equipment. Technology is always getting more efficient as time goes on, so you always want to have newer equipment that is more energy saving. We'll make sure you turn off everything when you're out of business hours. You can switch to laptops instead of desktops. People could even take them home, be more mobile that way. Switch to green power, of course. There's all kinds of there's all kinds of tax deductions you can get for using green energy type of appliances. You can go to energy.gov to check that out. You can get like 30% rebates just by going with more green energy for your business. So that's great as well. Just changing your appliances, changing your lighting. Um, there's all kinds of things you can do. Better insulation, weather stripping around doors and windows. You can crank the AC up to a higher temperature to save money on that. There's all kinds of ways you can use your office more efficient. Another thing you can do is crowdfund for capital. So if you're trying to get money to get started or to build your next product or whatever it is you're trying to do, a lot of times instead of spending all your money you have or trying to borrow from friends and family, you could go the crowdfunding route. So this is when you have an idea that's so good and that would impact so many people in a positive way that they want to invest in your company because they want to see it go mainstream and they want people to create that product or service so that they can use it. So many people will be willing to invest in your idea if it sounds really good. So Indiegogo and Kickstarter are two of the best crowdfunding websites. You make a campaign, all you do is you go up, start a campaign on Indiegogo. You can go and get started by starting a project up here in the top left corner of the Kickstarter website, and you can create a pitch to people of what your product or service is, how it's going to change the world, what makes it different, how you're going to use the funds to make it happen, and how it's going to improve their lives. You want to have a strong pitch, and if your business really is good, it shouldn't be too hard for you to raise some money and get it to get started. You can look at the top picks or popular near you, trending, things like that. Go look at their different campaigns, see what they wrote, see how they kind of structure the top campaigns that are actually successful at raising money, and you'll get a good idea of how you can raise money from a lot of different people funding it instead of you having to do all the funding yourself or find other ways to make the money. Number 8, you can clean up your email and your direct mailing list. So if you're marketing, typically you're going to use some type of mail. That's one of the best ways to market to the same group of people more than once, of course, is to collect emails and direct mailing addresses. So one thing that is very popular, of course, is email marketing. The return on investment is ridiculously high in email marketing if you do a good job, and it's really replacing a lot of direct mail, which I'll get to in a minute. But say GetResponse, for instance, one of the most popular email marketing platforms. It only costs $15 a month to get started for a list up to 1,000 people. But if you don't constantly use list hygiene and clean out the people who are not engaging with your emails, then you're going to be paying for a lot of dormant subscribers who don't actually care about your business. So if you are getting, say, a percentage of them to become customers, their email marketing, but only 50% of your entire base of subscribers actually opened an email that you've sent in the last 30 days, you need to get rid of that other 50% because they're a bunch of dormant accounts that they're basically either not seeing your emails or they're just ignoring them. You get rid of 50% of your list, you probably will go down an entire bracket of the cost. So you can go down to, say, save $10, $20, $50 a month, $100 a month just by getting out of a certain bracket, by getting rid of any subscribers who aren't engaging in the last month or two. Same thing with cleaning up your actual mailing list. So this is when you send postcards or however you do direct mail to market your business. Maybe you're sending them coupons, maybe you're doing, however you're doing it. You have a list of addresses that you send this mail to, and there are ways that you can clean up this list so that you're more efficient and if it costs you, say, a few cents to send each piece of direct mail, and you get rid of maybe a few thousand people on your mailing list, you can save a lot of money just from doing that, and get the same amount of customers just by getting rid of the people that you pretty much know are not going to buy your services. So there's a great post on entrepreneur.com called Cleaning Up Your Mailing List. Very comprehensive post on how to do this, the psychology behind a mailing list, what to look for as far as who to get rid of, how to track that by figuring out who was undeliverable, helping the post office by getting rid of people that didn't receive the mail, and things like that. Figuring out where you're getting your list from and how to make that more efficient. Getting rid of duplicate names, things like that. There's all kinds of different things you can do. I recommend you read this so I don't have to, explain all this within this video for the sake of time, but it'll really help you get some great ideas to clean up your mailing list. Number 9 is you can ditch your landline phone for a prepaid one, a Google Voice number, or Skype, or whatever it is you want to do. There's a lot of different options now. Many households and businesses don't even have landlines anymore. Some businesses kind of need them for, say, a Google business page and things like that. They have to have some kind of landline phone, but in many cases you don't. So what you can do is set up Google Voice. You can get a free Google Voice number, and you can have it forwarded to your email. You can check your calls on the Google Voice website, or you can have them forwarded to pretty much any phone you have. So you can have Google Voice calls forwarded to your cell phone without having to give out your cell phone number. There's a lot of great ways to do that. You can customize your greeting as well. And anyway, setting up Google Voice is pretty simple. Just go to wordstream.com and they have a Google Voice for mobile setup guide that you can look up, and it'll tell you what it is, how it works, the different features they have, call routing, voicemail transcripts, cheap international calls. I mean, there's a lot of reason to do this, and it's free in many cases. So set up a Google Voice account, or you could do Skype. Skype is another great cheap way to make calls and things like that. Do even video conference calls. There's all kinds of different features that Skype has now. Starting out as one of the best video call type of platforms, and really kind of paving the way for that. So those are two great options that you can replace your landline phone with. Save you some money. 10, you can take advantage of all possible tax deductions. Of course, one of the biggest things about having a business is the taxes. They can be very high, and if you're not using all the deductions and things that you can, you're leaving a lot of money on the table that you could be getting back. And this post on QuickBooks, on the QuickBooks website, under the Self-Employed Center, it's called the Almost Ultimate Guide to Self-Employed Expenses and Tax Deductions, if I can talk. It will give you what forms to fill out, the different types of deductions you can do, the ones you can get away with, the ones you're more likely to get, based on travel, invoices, marketing, other office expenses, all kinds of different things that you can write off. Just save as much money as you can in your business by going through this, figuring out which things you need to talk to your tax professional about as far as deductions. Number 11, get your kids, friends, or other family members involved. So instead of, say, getting employees or hiring people off the street, you can get your family, friends, or kids involved, helping out, whether they're full-time employees or just helping out on the side. I've known business owners who would get their family to help out, setting up displays and things like that on the weekends, or you can get people to fill in for you if you have to go on vacation without hiring them as a full-time employee. There's all kinds of different things you can do to get your friends, kids, family involved in different ways. Pay them a little extra money, but it could still save you a lot from having to get full-time employees to do those things, especially if they're easy tasks. So if you go to B-Plan's website, you can find 5 things to consider when hiring friends and family. So just a few things so that you kind of cover your bases and have a good idea of how not to screw up when hiring people that you're close to. Are they qualified? Did you hire them for the right reasons? Ask yourself, will they disrupt your place of business? What kind of personality do they have? How would they work well with others? Are they trustworthy? Are they responsible? Could they handle it if you fire them? Would it affect your relationship? So just a few things to think about. I would recommend reading the post through to get the details, but can really help you have more clarity before you just jump into hiring people that you know personally. Number 12, apply the 80-20 rule. So the 80-20 rule states that 80% of your results come from 20% of actions. So to break this down, you can go to entrepreneursjourney.com. He has a really good post called "What is the 80-20 rule and why it will change your life?" It's another word for the Pareto principle, and it's broken down here in this post, as well as you can look it up on Wikipedia, but it's also explained in the 4-Hour Work Week. Great book, one of my favorite books for productivity and running an online business. So you can check out the book, check out this article, and it will kind of explain to you how you waste about 80% of your time doing all kinds of different things. In many cases, businesses, for instance, Tim Ferriss, the writer of the 4-Hour Work Week, had a great business, made a lot of money, but he was miserable because of all the hours he was working. He went crazy, took a European trip, didn't even care if his business fell apart because he was so mentally exhausted. Turns out his business worked just fine without him being there, without him working at all for a few months. Figured out that you can spend about 20% of your current time on your business and make about the same amount of money by focusing on, say, your 20% best clients, focusing on 20% of your best marketing strategies that get 80% of the results, and just cutting out or automating the rest. So things like that can really help you just run things more efficiently and save time, which also saves money. And then you want to use interns. Interns are extremely valuable because, of course, interns are people that really help you get cheap labor without you having to necessarily pay them. In many cases, interns, of course, are in many cases right out of college and are just looking for experience. You can save a lot of money by getting them to do different tasks for your business. If you want to set up an internship program for your small business, help people trying to figure out what they want to do out of college and things like that, you can go to the SBA website, which is the U.S. Small Business Administration, and they have an article here called "How to Set Up an Internship Program for Your Small Business." You can kind of just go through here and it will tell you basically what to look for, what to do, where to go, what to consider before you go down this route, because it's definitely something to take very seriously. But it can really help your business by getting cheaper labor and helping out some young people that need the experience. And last but not least, get a discount by starting a tab with services you use pretty often. So I've seen, say, car dealerships do this. For instance, they'll have a guy who does the body repairs for their cars, somebody who does their titles, somebody who does their detailing and tires, and you'll use a lot of the same people over and over again, and by doing this you can get a discount by having a constant tab with these people that whose services you use all the time. So that's just an example. Like I said, car dealerships, used, new, they use these type of people all the time, so they'll get a tab or a dealer discount. You can try to negotiate things like that with other companies that you use their services for a lot, and be like, okay, this is, I'm a very loyal customer of yours, what can you do to keep me around? And maybe you can start a tab and come up with a payment plan and get a discount on services with these kind of businesses that you partner with and you do the most work with. So that's just another thing you can do. Car lots are just an example of how that would work, but you can negotiate all kinds of deals just by being loyal to other services. So if you got something from this video, if you feel like you learned something that can help you run your small business more efficiently, help you save time, help you save money, and all of that type of good stuff, like the video and subscribe so I can create more videos like this for you and help you run your small business better, make more money, be more efficient, or even get started if you're wanting to start one and haven't done that yet. I'd love to help you with all of that stuff. If there are some strategies for making a small business more efficient and less costly that I left out in the video that maybe you thought should have been included, or if you want to just let me know what you thought about the video, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. I'm always looking for feedback to make these videos better and more helpful for you. And if you want to get more blog posts on this type of stuff, get some tools that you can use, some resources, some courses that you can take that show you step by step what to do, you can go to selfmadesuccess.com. And other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a great day.